What's up everybody, Andrew with the Medellin Buzz. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the major reasons why people are moving to Medellin, Colombia to live long-term. While we do that, I'm gonna take a trip to Moravia, which is a very low-income neighborhood where every Saturday at Help Colombia, we do English classes for the kids. So let's take a trip to the hood. The first reason why people are moving to Medellin is the low cost of living. You can find apartments here that are 2-bedroom, 1-bath or 3-bedroom, 2-bath in areas like El Poblado or parts of Laureles for $400 or $600 per month. These apartments are usually 80 to 90 square meters, and you find them through local rental agencies. And in order to rent through a local rental agency, you need a local ID, you need a cosigner, you need to prove income, have a local bank account. So for a tourist or someone staying short term, you're not going to get those. You're probably going to go through Airbnb or through another avenue for a furnished apartment, and you're going to pay really high prices. But if you're going the local route, you'll find these unfurnished deals for $400, $600 in these great areas. I'll give you my example. I've been living here for 13 years and I've been in this apartment for about 7 years. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. I pay $450 per month. It's located in the neighborhood of Manila within El Poblado. I love this area. It's got an amazing view. Has no elevator. It's on the 5th floor. It's the top floor. And if I add in utilities, internet, and other household expenses, it's going to be about $600 per month. So that's why I've stayed here for 7 years. Even though I own my own apartments that I have on Airbnb, I don't live in those. I'd rather use those for business and rent this one because the price is pretty negligible. Another advantage of the low cost of living is the price of food. Food is pretty cheap here, even if you're eating out, doing groceries, or ordering on Rappi, which is the delivery system here. I spend about $100 to $200 per month on food, and that varies because I do like to cook. Some months I'll cook more than others, but for the most part, I average around $100 to $200 per month. Another advantage of the low cost of living is the low cost of labor. I'm able to have a cleaning lady come in twice a week, and not only does she do the laundry and the cleaning, but she also cooks, which is a huge time saver for me. Although I love to cook, I also have her cook some things and meal prep for me because it just makes me more efficient. Another benefit of the low cost of living is the fact that real estate is a lot cheaper here than it is in the United States. You can find a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment here in El Poblado or in parts of Laureles for about $100,000. I've purchased 5 of them and I haven't paid more than $100,000, including the latest one, which I'm purchasing for $99,000. I mean, in the United States, what can you get for that in any of the major cities? And finally, one of the biggest things that has really impacted my life in regards to cost of labor is the fact that when I got here, I was deported, right? I didn't have a job. I had to get a job. I started a small business, a digital marketing agency catering to companies in the United States. And because the cost of labor is so low, I was able to develop a team and do a great job. The talent here is really good. Obviously, it depends on how good of a manager and a trainer and a leader and a boss that you are. But if you're able to do all these things and find great talent, you're able to develop a business. I was able to develop a digital marketing agency that has become very successful, so much so that I've been able to buy property, put it up on Airbnb, and start an Airbnb business and pursue other business ventures like the Medellin Masterclass. So if you're considering a move to Medellin, make sure to click on the link in the description below to the medellinmasterclass.com/checklist. It's a guide that me and my team have spent over 100 hours developing that will help you in your move to Medellin. So click on the link, download it. It's completely free. It'll definitely help you on your move to Medellin. But on top of that, it also opts you into our newsletter where you get weekly updates from me. Another reason why people are moving down to Medellin is because they fall in love with the culture. Colombian culture is so fun. Not only is the weather perfect out here, but the Medellin, or the Paisa, what is the name for the people of this region, is a friendly person. If you've been to Medellin, you already know this. You know how friendly people are. I didn't know this. When I first got here, like I said, I was deported from the United States. I had lived there for 26 years, my whole life. I was 29 years old when I got here, and I didn't really know anything about Paisa culture, just from what I had learned from my nucleus, which is with my family growing up. But that wasn't much, and everything, a lot of things changed over the last 26 years. So once I got here, the first thing I noticed was how nice everyone was to me. I was coming from Southern California, where people are not so nice to each other, where here you get in an elevator and everyone says hi. I know every single one of my neighbors. I'm not talking about, oh, I know my next door neighbor. I know every single person, including the two businesses on the first floor, including a lot of the other businesses and neighbors that I have in the buildings nearby. So that is a completely different culture than that of the United States, which I really love because it makes me feel welcome. It makes me feel part of a community. It makes me feel safe also, in a sense. And it makes me look forward to walking out the street or going to the gym, which is 2 blocks away from me. Another big part of the culture that people love is how family oriented it is. A lot of people associate a developing country like Colombia with chauvinism or male dominated. But the reality is that this is a matriarchal society. The nucleus, or the glue that holds a family together, is usually a grandmother or the grandparents, right? So that means that if you come down here and you start dating a Colombian, you're probably going to meet the family pretty quickly. And on top of that, if it's a holiday, and not even like a major holiday, I'm talking about the small holidays, because there's like 18 here throughout the year. When there's free time, a lot of the time is going to be spent with the family. So it's something that I had to get used to because, again, my family is Colombian, but I was raised and I assimilated to the U.S. culture where, you know, hanging out with family, it was mostly on special occasions. You know, maybe even seeing the family only on Christmas or Thanksgiving. So coming into a country where seeing the family and meeting the family is very quick, that was kind of a culture shock, but I've adjusted and I actually love that part about this country. Another big thing about the culture here is dancing. Everybody dances. I'm not talking about everyone and their mother, but for the most part, most people dance out here. I have friends that are metalheads, but you throw on a salsa song at a family gathering or friends party, they'll be dancing on the dance floor. It's not, they don't discriminate here. It's not like I'm a metalhead and this is my genre of music and I don't do anything else. No, they will actually dance salsa as well. And again, it's not everybody, but for the most part, it's a lot of people, and dancing is a big part of the culture, whether it's salsa, bachata, merengue, reggaeton, vallenato, you find different variations of music, and dancing is a big part of the culture. And finally, Colombian culture can be centered around happiness. Yes, we have a poverty problem. Yes, we have crime rate problems here in Medellin. Yes, the government is corrupt. Yes, the justice system is shit. But people are happy. I don't know what it is. It's got to be the water or the food or something, but people are so happy here and it's contagious. Another big reason why people come down to Medellin and stay long term is healthcare. I know it's not sexy or glamorous, but believe it or not, Colombia has a top-notch healthcare system. According to the World Health Organization, Colombia is number 22 out of 191 countries on their list. They've beat out countries like the United States, Canada, Germany, and Sweden on that list for quality of healthcare here. Major surgeries in Colombia can cost 80% less than in the US. So there's no wonder why medical tourism has boomed in the recent years. So what do you pay for health insurance? I'll give you my example. I'm 42 years old and I don't have any major ailments or diseases, or I haven't had any. And I pay $1,300 a year for the top healthcare policy that Sura offers. Sura is a major health insurance company here. Not only am I covered for a whole slew of things like accidents, surgeries, etc., but I'm also covered when I go overseas for a certain amount. That's $1,300, not a month, a year. So I did some digging and I found out that if you're a family of 3, you could be paying around $2,000 to $3,000 per year, depending on your health history, but that's really cheap compared to the United States or other countries. Guys, if you're enjoying this video, please hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. Remember, I upload content regularly, and on top of that, I go live every weekend, so you'll get notifications when I go live, so you can ask me questions right there on the spot. If you have questions about what we're talking about in this video, make sure to leave a comment. I'm very active. I'll try to answer everybody's question. Another reason why people are coming down to Medellin long term is education. If you've got kids, the price of private schooling here is way less than that of the United States, and the quality is still high. I did some research by asking some of my friends that have kids here that are foreigners, that have them in school or in high school, and I asked them, what are the best schools out here? And the best two schools are Montessori, which is a private Catholic school, K through 12. They use the Cambridge program, is famous here in Medellin because they have the best SAT scores for high school graduates. Another great school here is Columbus School. Again, it's a private school, but they have an amazing program. One of my best friend's kids goes there, and he's completely bilingual because both of these schools are bilingual schools. That means that your kid's studying in English and in French and in Spanish. So they have multiple languages. It's pretty amazing to see those kids. So if you were in the United States and you wanted to put your kid into a private school, you're going to be paying thousands of dollars a year or maybe even a semester. Whereas here in Colombia, those private schools can cost you about $800 a month, which is way less than what you would be paying in the US. When it comes to universities, Medellin has some of the best universities in Colombia, including Universidad de Antioquia, or UDA, or Universidad Nacional, or the private university EAFIT. Back in 2010, I met one of my best friends, Brent, just a white Southern California guy. And I met him out here and I'm like, what are you doing out here? And he's like, I'm doing my master's at EAFIT. So that's the type of education that you can have here. Lifestyle. I've been here for 13 years and haven't left Medellin because of this. I've been able to design my life to cater to my passions, to cater to my social circle, to cater to the things that I love to do, even traveling, because the lifestyle that Medellin offers is amazing. My work-life balance is the best I've ever had in my life. Like I said before, I was deported from the United States. I got here with no money. I've been able to grow 3 different businesses, and I can pretty much go anywhere and live anywhere, but I don't, because in Medellin, I'm able to wake up every day with birds chirping at my window, look over the city, have some of the best coffee in the world, take a walk or go to the gym, get ready for my day, sit in my office, or walk over to the co-working space and meet other people that are on the same path that I am. And what is that path? My path is of growth. My path is of a love for life that this city has enabled me to have. My work doesn't seem like work. My work doesn't feel like work. I use the word work for a lack of a better word, but really it's I'm doing what I love to do. And every day I look forward to waking up and doing this, creating content, working on my digital marketing agency, working on the Medellin Masterclass to help people move down here long term. I love doing this, and I think you can tell by the videos that I have on my channel. Furthermore, Medellin is not cookie cutter, meaning that if you are someone that's coming from another country and you have income, let's say maybe you work remotely for a company in the States or in the country that you're coming from, people in the United States, they'll work 9 hours, be in traffic for another couple of hours, get home, maybe eat something, probably something fast, maybe go to the gym, maybe talk to a friend, and then veg out in front of the TV. On the weekend, you might be so tired that you don't even want to do anything. You just lay down all day and do nothing. Or maybe your budget just doesn't even allow for you to do anything extracurricular. Here in Medellin, it's the opposite. I feel like I'm doing extracurricular things every single day just by going to the co-working space and hanging out with other entrepreneurs or digital nomads, not only foreigners, but also locals. I'm meeting new people every day. I'm getting invited to coffee. I'm getting invited to parties on the weekend. I'm going to the bar in the evening with friends to go watch the NFL, to go watch NBA, baseball, or the local soccer team play. Things are random here. There's a sense of randomness that happens in Medellin. And I love that about life, because I think that if I were in the United States as a 42-year-old, how old would I feel right now? I would probably be working at some desk job, looking forward to my retirement at 65 years old, and that's not the life that I ever want to lead. So Medellin has allowed for this lifestyle of chance, of random encounters, of spontaneity. It's so awesome that if you've been here before, even just to visit, you've probably experienced. And if you haven't, then you just got to come down here and check it out. So if you like the way that sounds, make sure to watch this video right here where I go over my daily life.